Welcome to the Dynamic Company Culture Spotlight podcast. I am David Lindsay, co-founder, lead educator, and speaker at Phantom Leap Education. At Phantom Leap Education, we believe people have so much more inside of them than they realize. And through our services, we help them become the best versions of themselves possible. Beyond the individual, we also believe that company culture is such a large part in creating a business that not only survives, but will thrive through the tough times, as we have all been through the last few years. So over the next 20 to 30 minutes, we'll be shining the spotlight on businesses that have achieved this and how you may be able to incorporate some of their ideas and philosophies into your business. Stick around until the end and I'll reveal how you can become a guest on a future podcast. Now is the time to sit back, take down some notes and enjoy this episode of the Dynamic Company Culture Spotlight podcast. With a magician's flair, NLP mastery, and the prowess of a hypnotherapy virtuoso, Eran is your ultimate guide to unlocking human potential. As a master trainer in NLP and a hypnotherapist specializing in timeline therapy, he has spent 2 decades crafting change and sparking success. Eran ignites minds, propels growth, and weaves magic into every transformational journey. Whether captivating audiences on stage or unlocking the depths of subconsciousness, Eran is a compass to navigate the realms of possibility. Elevate your skills, amplify your campaigns, and let Eran Hafner's unmatched expertise ignite your success story. So Eran, welcome very much. That's a whole lot going on there, and I'm super excited. And would you like to share a little bit about yourself, who you are, what you do with the listeners?
Yeah, so first of all, thank you very much for having me on your show. And a little bit about myself, when I was born, I was really little, but this is not why we came to talk here. I used to be an athlete when I was a kid. I love judo, and I used to do judo for many, many years. I was actually in the young team of the Israeli national team in judo. And then, one day I go on my bicycle, for a practice, and a car crashed my dreams and hit me. And, I found myself in the hospital, and rehab and learning to walk all over again and all of that. So, of course, that judo is not on the plate anymore, maybe only for fun, not professionally, especially when medicine was not like today. We're talking about in the late 80s. In rehab, I started to learn magic. That was like my saving angel,
Yeah.
And magic got me really intrigued, and I became really good. I started to practice and perform, and actually also won competitions in magic as well. And I actually came to America, to perform magic and learn more magic. And I used to perform in Las Vegas. And then one day I went to see an hypnosis show. And everybody come out from the hypnosis show. How does it do that? How can it be? How? And it was an amazing show. And I out of the show and I say, where I learned to do that? Where do I learn to do that? I must own this skill, I must own this skill. And, when you want something so much, I believe that the world, the universe, God, everyone, the way that they will call this energy, will just start to send you the right knowledge, the right people, the right clues, And I really found a place to learn hypnosis. And I started to learn hypnosis. And then I love to read. So I read and I found out about NLP and then timeline therapy. And I studied it for many years until I decided to go and get my master. Today, it's become really easy to get master in everything, but I've been doing that for over 20 years. Yeah, I got my master actually in 2010. And I'm a trainer of NLP and hypnosis. And I teach companies, sales, persuasions. I work with lawyers to improve their language patterns and persuasion. I work with regular people like you and me, that just want to improve or change something in their life. I have a special program that's called Reprogram Your Mind to Success, where I actually work with people about the root causes, that make them stuck in their life, and we clean the negative emotion around them, and we clean the limiting belief and limiting decision. It's like a 10-hour process that done in like 3 or 4 meetings. But it's a life-changing experience, It's really a life-changing experience because we really work on changing what's currently going in people's life to what they want, what they really want to have in their life. Now, to tell you that it's an easy process, I don't think that anything valuable is easy.
I was about to say that exact thing.
Yeah.
And there's so much there, from judo, the accident, the magic, the hypnotherapy, all that sort of stuff. And I want to pick at quite a few of them, but the thing that really stuck out to me was the mindset. And that mindset has really taken you through every step of the way. You don't get to the top level in judo if you don't have the right mindset. You don't get to the top as a magician if you don't have the mindset. So with that, and when you go to companies, like you said, salespeople, lawyers, what are some patterns that you see about their mindset and how you can help improve that?
So for a lot of people, I see that they have what I call positive negativity. Negative positivity. Which means basically that they say they're gonna do, and everything is gonna be okay, But that's not a plan, So that's why I call it toxic positivity, because it's very toxic, because you try to convince yourself that everything is going to be okay, but nothing will change unless you change, Nothing will change unless your effort change. And I'll give you an example with my kids. I have 4 kids. I didn't look at their card grade, I think for 5 years. And they asked me why. I said, because I don't care if the teacher grade you 8 or 7 or 9. I really don't care. I care to see the effort that you put. I care to see that you are sitting and doing your homework. Whether you failed one test or not, I really don't care. I really don't care. And shouldn't you as well, Because if you are consistent at doing the thing the right way, success is behind the corner. There was a lecture that I really loved by I forgot his name. I'm really bad with names, unfortunately. He's a basketball coach. He used to be the US team basketball coach. I forgot his name, but he was talking about, when he talks to his guys, to his players, he doesn't talk to them about winning the games. He says it doesn't matter. They cannot focus, 48 minutes from now. And if they do, they will find themselves in a big deficit by the 4th quarter. So I talk to them about, give you 120% for every segment of 24 seconds.
Yeah, I like that.
Because it's much easier to give your effort on a small period of time, and really give your best. Because a side effect of winning more possessions will be winning the game.
Yeah.
That will be just a side effect.
Yeah. So it's about really breaking the big things down into smaller, more manageable chunks.
Absolutely, because then it doesn't overwhelm you. Then you can really see how you can really make those little steps.
Yeah, and I love like how you said as well, with your kids, you don't look at the grade, because from my perspective as well, and no doubt yours from your life doing judo, is you come up against people where they've got all of the talent in the world, but yet they don't put the hard work in. They don't train day after day after day, and eventually they get overtaken by, like you said, your kids coming in, putting the effort in. The salespeople working about the little processes one by one, or like you said in basketball, working for 120% for that 24 seconds, and then you repeat and repeat. Just the importance of that side of things.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I really believe that the imagination is a very powerful tool in order to achieve whatever we want. However, just to sit and imagine what I want is just not enough. And I developed a morning routine that people that I share it with, and I'm going to have a class in the academy about this morning routine.
Yeah.
They really say that it changed their life. And in this morning routine, which only take like 10, 15 minutes, not more than that. And everybody can and should invest in themselves, 10 to 15 minutes, in the morning.
At least.
At least. Right, right. And in this morning routine, I actually utilize the two most powerful energies in the world, which is speaking and gratitude, And so step number one in my morning routine is that I thank God and the universe for everything that I have. And I'm being specific. I'm being specific. At the beginning, it's not easy. But the more you do it, the more you find good things in your life that worth saying thank you for, That's worth saying thank you for.
Yeah.
And then step number two, I ask God or the universe, okay, or genie, everybody will call it whatever you want. I ask them for what is it specifically I want help with? What is it that I want to achieve? I share with them, and it's a little conversation, not in my heart, not in my mind, a little conversation with the universe.
Yeah.
I need to take this energy out. It starts with thoughts, it goes towards, it goes outside, then it will become action. The energy will spread and it will come back. And then at step number three, I thank God or the universe again, or genie, for actually receiving what I asked in the previous step. Like I actually already got it. And then in step number four, I really imagine, I close my eyes and I really imagine whatever it is that I wanted to achieve. I imagine the moment that I got it.
Yeah.
How do I feel? What's going on around me? Everything. I really imagine it vividly in my mind. And then what I do in my mind, I reverse engineer and come back on my timeline, seeing everything that I have to do in order for those things to happen. Not what God, not what the universe, not what my boss, not what my wife, not what my kids, what I have to do for those things that I want to really happen.
I love that. And it's about, like you said, it all comes back to the actions that you take, taking extreme ownership for your actions. And if you take ownership of your actions, then you'll get the outcome. But it's putting everything out there. Like you said, it's not just think, but verbally say it and be specific.
I'll give you an example. How the word works so great for me. And I believe that everybody can generate this amazing abundance, of manifesting what you want. Okay. So here is the story. 3 years ago, my birthday is in July 5th, the beginning of the summer. 3 years ago, I sat and I asked myself, Eran, what do you want for your birthday? What do you want? And I decided that I want to learn surfing. Okay? I was 45. I decided I want to learn surfing. At that moment, I made a commitment. I must learn surfing. Not I want, not I will. I must learn surfing. I decided, then I must. And at the same moment with the morning coffee, I logged onto Facebook and I found a nice surfboard. And I called the guy and I went there and I got it. And from there directly to the beach. The ocean here used to be really cold. Okay.
Yeah.
Today less, but it used to be really, really cold.
Still
I go in the ocean, no wetsuit, no nothing. Me and the surfboard. I cannot even paddle on it. I cannot even balance on it when I'm laying down. I try for like an hour. I can't. I go on the beach, I sit, I look at the surfer, and I tell to myself, by the end of the summer, I will stand on the board. I will.
Yeah.
I took a 3-day vacation on a beach, okay? Me and the surfboard. I go there. I go into the water, try to surf. I can't even paddle on it. All of a sudden, somebody calls me. Somebody, I don't know. I'm in the middle of a place that I don't know in Ventura County. Somebody called me, hey, you, come here. I don't know who it is, but he has a surfboard. So I go. The first thing that he asked me, he doesn't know me. I didn't even say a word. Are you from Israel? I look at him and say, yes. How did you know? He tells me, only you guys can be so stubborn to succeed, even when you don't have the right equipment. I said, why I don't have the right equipment? I have a surfboard, I have a bathing suit. What else do I need? He says, listen, I've been surfing for 30 years. On the surfboard that you're holding, I cannot surf. That is for top professionals. Go get yourself this, at that place. Go get it. And he taught me how to surf. So the fact, and that's my belief, the fact that I went, even without knowledge, but with the passion to learn, with the right state of mind that I'm going to make it no matter what, okay? And as much failure that I had, a lot of people could get frustrated and say, fuck it, it's not for me. You know, at the age of 45, well, what was I thinking, you know? But I scheduled time in my calendar. Twice a week, go to the beach for 4 hours at least to practice. And it was in my calendar. And my friend once asked me, Eran, and what if there is a business appointment? So I cannot take it at this time. He said, how come? I said, because I have an appointment with myself. Yeah. What do you mean, how come? What do you mean, how come? I have an appointment with myself.
No, I love that. Like you said, it's about scheduling time for yourself. And
absolutely,
also the importance of the words, where you didn't say, oh, maybe I should try and do surfing. Maybe I should try and do this. It's, I must do this. I must, by the end of summer, be able to surf. And you can take that to every element of life as well.
Absolutely. My son, he's 18 and a half. He came to me last week and said that I want you to invest some money in a business that I want to open. It was a small investment, like a few $100s. Okay. It's not about the money. I asked him how committed you are to succeed. He said, no, I do it on the side. So you don't need to open a business to do it on the side.
Yeah.
What is your commitment level? Say 4. I said, for commitment level of number 4, I don't invest money, not even you know, I just don't.
Yeah.
It's you know it's gonna fail. It will be a waste of time and money, no matter what it is, and it might be the greatest idea. And he really came up with a great idea, but with a level of commitment of 4, nothing good will grow out of it.
Yeah,
you know. So he's learning.
Yeah, and that's a great lesson for everyone. It's not just dabbling about. If you want to be great at anything, you have to jump both feet in and survive on the way down, because it's always going to go down before it comes up. Like I've been told, you know, it's like hang gliding.
And not just that, you need many failures to get one success.
Yeah.
You need many failures in order to get one success, because once you succeed, that's it. Now you move to a different challenge, and you're going to have failure there as well. You're not going to get it at the first time, you know? But if you're going to give up at the first or second time, then
you're going to forever be a failure. And that goes along with something that I really, it's constantly going through my head, that, you know, you have the fear of failure or you have the fear of regret. I'd rather fail, because at least I've given it a try. One thing I don't want to be is, you know, when I'm 65, 70, sitting on the rocking chair going, oh, I could have been the greatest, but I didn't do this, I'd rather jump all in. And like you with the judo, like you with magic, like you with NLP, you with hypnosis, it's everything you seem to do, you jump both feet in.
Absolutely. I don't know a different way.
Yeah.
I always, you know, people that come to me tell me, I'm looking for myself. I'm researching. I don't know. Listen, you don't need to research who you are. You need to decide who you want to be and start being that person.
Yeah. Again, it
You
comes
don't
down to
become a
words.
doctor or a lawyer or a soccer player or a football player or whatever, or an actor on the way. No, your intention was to be an actor. That's why you became an actor. Why I'm not an actor? I never had intention to be an actor. Maybe I'm good at it. I have no idea. But I never had intention to do it, you know? So that's why I'm not an actor. I never had intention to be a lawyer or to be a doctor. So I never invested in those areas. But if you want to do something, like the great American philosopher said, just do it.
I love it. And that's 100% what it is. It's like when you go out and you train the salespeople or you train the lawyers, it's you must do it. Yes, like you said, you think it, you speak it, you plan it, you do it.
There is different, a big difference between knowing something to being able to do it. As a magician, for example, I can see a great magician doing a magic or something. I know how he does it. That does not mean that I can do it.
Yes.
That does not mean that I can do it. You know, because being able to do it, he put a lot of effort to practice, to not succeeding, to do it again and again and again in front of the mirror. One of my teachers in magic when I was back in high school 30 years ago told me, Eran, if you want to be good at magic, there are 4 rules of magic. And I really believe that those 4 rules are rules for everything in life. And I keep those rules until today, you know, as a model for my life. And I want to say something about what we said before about being specific in goals and stuff like that. And when I said that things that people say, I want to, or I will, it's not even a goal. I sit with my son in the beginning of the year, you know, to do yearly goals. We do monthly, we do yearly. So he writes, I want to start learn real estate. So when he finished everything, I said, this is not a good goal. So he said, why? I want to start learning real estate. What's not good about it? I said, last year, you wrote the same thing. I want to start learning real estate. And you actually read the first 10 pages in the book 3 times. Maybe this year, the goal should be to finish or to go to the test, or, you know, because once we achieve the goal, the unconscious mind does not push us anymore. That's why we should do it, you know, very specific, you know, and I teach the way of a smart goal, because a smart goal system, it's just whatever you put into that, guarantee that you're going to get it. Guarantee that you're going to get it in the smart goal system. Now, I know that you are a little bit interested maybe to hear the 4 rules of magic, because I jumped to a different story.
I was going to come back around to that for sure, because I go, I'm on the cliff edge. I know I want it, and I'm sure everyone else out there would love to hear the 4 rules of magic.
All right.
100%.
So rule number 1 is practice. You know? Yeah. And rule number 2, I think it's one of the most rules in life. Practice some more. And then we have rule number 3, which this one is only, I think, for people that really want to be great at what they do. Practice until you make it perfect. And then for people who really want to maintain their success, that's where the 4th rule is: keep practicing. So
I love it. I love it.
Those are the 4 rules of magic. And I think it's really great rules for everything in life.
Yeah. Like you said, it's you practice. When you started judo, you didn't go in as a black belt. You didn't go in as a champion. You went in as a white belt. Then you failed. You got thrown. You got submitted. You got all this sort of stuff. But you learn and you keep practicing. Keep practicing. Keep practicing. Same as with sales, like with your NLP and hypnosis for sales. It's practicing. You learn, you get better, but you still keep practicing, like you said, towards the end goal.
Usain Bolt said something really nice after he retired. He said, I don't understand people that do something for 3-4 months, don't get the results and quit. I practiced 12 years to run 9 seconds.
Yeah. How good is that?
I practiced 12 years to run 9 seconds.
Yeah. So that right there is just mind blowing, where that should flip everyone's mind on go, like, they all want the overnight success. But I know most of the listeners out there, because they tend to be higher level, know that it takes years and years and years in the background, working in the darkness, practicing, failing, learning, growing, evolving in order to get to that top level. But it's the people that, they just think you're just going to click the fingers like magic and just be fantastic.
Especially in the world, especially in the fast pace of the world today with Instagram, that everybody promised you to be fit in 1 week and reach in 2 hours, and it just doesn't work this way.
Yeah.
No matter what it is that you want to achieve, you need to put the effort. There's a lot of great, also in work, there's a lot of great opportunities online to work online, but it's not a sidekick that, okay, I'll put 1 hour a week. No, It will not work this way. People make money from a lot of things, but they make money and they succeed because they put the time and effort, because they come with the right state of mind, with the intention that this is only, no matter what it is, only a step before the next step.
Yeah.
Everywhere I am in life is just a step before the next one.
And there's no magic pill either. Like you said, they want not just to get fit in 1 week and get ripped up. They want to do it without the effort, without the sweat, without the pain of, doing the micro tears in the muscles. They want to just, for it to be quick, for it to be easy, but anything like that, whether it's working in business, whether it's creating a culture, it's that little bit. And it's more valuable as well. If it takes 12 or 14 years to get a black belt, that's got so much more value in it than a mail order black belt, than if you get one in 6 months.
For sure. Once in 6 months, you don't have not the knowledge, not the ability to use what black belt should have under their belt. Okay. Yeah. You just can't achieve it in 6 months. There's no way. And unless you want only the title, then, go online, find the certification, print it with your name, with some editing, and you will have the title. But you really want the knowledge and the ability to do whatever it is that you want to do, and everybody in their own life, even in relationship. How do you want to grow relationship when you don't put time and effort into relationship, whether it's with your kids or with your spouse or with whoever it is,
or even with yourself?
That's for sure. That's why I talked about invest at least 15 minutes in yourself in the morning, so you open up the best of you, and not just running the day, try to figure out, do this for this, no, where am I in all this story? Where am I?
Yeah. And that's something that, along with that you said, so powerful with surfing, and when it comes to business, is investing in yourself. And that includes time. You put it in the diary. So many people that I've spoken to as well, they cross their fingers and they hope that they're going to have time. When you allocate the time for you, that's your time. It doesn't matter if there's a business meeting. It doesn't matter what else pops up. That's you time for you to get better.
And not just that, my dad taught me, what gets scheduled, get done.
Yeah.
Simple as that. If it's not in my schedule, there's always be other things, or I will just forget. But if it's scheduled and it has a deadline, then I have to be there. I have to do that. Nobody will file taxes if there will not be a deadline when you need to file taxes.
Yeah, 100%. And I love that. And I can so easily get carried away with everything. I'm conscious of the time, and like that you're a busy guy as well. But that that scheduling part, I love the schedule and make sure it gets done with a deadline, because if there's not that, like you said, and practice, 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 practice.
So here I say, if someone wants to really achieve something in their life, there are three things they have to put on the table. If you take one of those three things away, you're not going to get what you want. And those three things is time, money, and effort. If you will not put one of those elements, you're not going to get what you really want. And it go for the small stuff. Even to go to the gym, I need to allocate time, I need to put the effort, and I would need to invest money in the membership. Yes. Whether it's $30 or $3,000, it doesn't matter. And invest time and money in fuel to go to there or whatever. I need to invest time, yes, money, and effort. And people that go to the gym, and I have a client, you know, he started after a few sessions with me, started to take a private trainer at the gym. So, but I see no change. So I told him, can I talk to your trainer? So he tells me, yeah. He gave me the trainer number, and I talked to the trainer. I say, what's the plan with him? You know, I mean, he come to the gym, but he doesn't want to do anything, you know. So I show him, I do. So I started to do, you know, I do my exercise, and he pay me for looking at what I do. So how do you want him to get the results? But sometimes that's what happened. I've been hired by a company that after 3 weeks, I told them, I'm sorry, I cannot continue working with you guys. And they said, why? I said, because you are not ready. You don't implement what we're talking about.
Yeah.
You're not implementing it. You're not doing it. You're not allocating time for that. So why do you need to waste your time and money, you know, with me? I don't need your money. If I see that I cannot bring you the results, I don't need your money.
Yeah.
I don't need your money. And if I see that you're not ready to change, then I will be honest and I will tell you, listen, sir, listen, ma'am, listen, CEO, listen, whoever it is, you're not ready yet. Yeah. You're not ready yet. You need to commit. You cannot put the responsibility for a change on me. I can facilitate. I can help you. I can help you create, you know, different patterns that are more productive. I can change pattern in the unconscious mind with time and therapy and hypnosis. But in the end of the day, okay, it's up to you to actually do it. It's up to you to actually do it. Even when somebody comes for me for hypnosis session, when I tell him close your eyes, if he doesn't want to close his eyes, I cannot force him.
Yeah.
It's up to him to do the work, even if it's only closing the eyes. It's up to him to do it. He can say, no, I cannot be hypnotized and stay like that. Okay, so why did you come? Okay, so why did you come? But do you want me to prove you that I can? I have a lot of clients that it's proven that it works.
Yeah. But you have to be open and do it.
And do it, absolutely. Absolutely.
And I love that, because that says so much about your character as well, where it's not just, oh, take the money. It's being open and going, I don't need your money. You're not ready. Come back to me when you're ready. Because then as well, the results speak for themselves. If they're ready and they're invested, that's when they get the benefits.
I had a client, he's a salesperson in a home improvement company. And I did a training in this company. And after that, he came to private one-on-one coaching. He went from selling about $250,000 a month, okay, to selling $500,000 to $600,000 worth of work every month. One guy, not a whole company, one guy. So obviously he was happy. He sent me his son after a few years. When his son was ready, he sent me his son. I trained his son as well. Then he sent me his younger son. After 2 meetings with his younger son, I called him and said, listen, I don't think that your younger son is ready. He has a lot of potential, but he's not ready to do a change yet, okay? I think he needs to go through a few more steps, you know? I told him what I think he should do, and then maybe a few months or a year from now, you know, he can come back. Yeah. And that's what he did. And after a year and a half, he came back, his son. And I've been working with him now for 3 months, and from selling zero, he's now at an average of like $150,000 to $200,000 sales every month.
Yeah,
you know,
that's awesome.
So people need to be also ready for the change, because when we want to get the change, is also going to change our daily life. And a lot of people don't want to change their daily life. They only want to get the end results, you know?
Yes.
And it just doesn't work this way.
Yeah, no, for sure. And well, that's like, you know, the old saying, you can take the horse to water, but you can't make it drink. Why would, and that's one thing that gets me, why would people waste not just your time, but waste their own time, waste their own money when they're almost fighting against it? And
Right.
do you see that quite a bit?
You know what? You know, when you see it quite a bit, you see it quite a bit when you start to talk to people about how much money it costs, you know, to go into a program. Then you start to see that they are more resistant. Okay. Yeah. When you start to talk about how much it costs, you know, to go into that. And, you know, sometimes it's expensive, sometimes it's not expensive, you know. But again, if you don't go to a process and you try to do something that you don't know without guidance, most likely you're not going to get the desired outcome, you know. But if you get the right guidance, you know, then I didn't go to learn judo, you know, from my teacher at school. He doesn't know that. Okay. I went to learn judo from the judo instructor. I go to learn magic not from anybody in the street because they don't know magic. I went to magicians, you know, and I paid a lot of money, okay, in order to learn those secrets. But those secrets made me money and changed my life, you know, for better. So this is where usually, and for me, it was like that is in the beginning as well, you know. But I took a coach 27 years ago. When I just finished the army, I took a business coach. Nobody knew what is a business coach back then, 27 years ago. Yeah. And in 3 months, he put me in a position that I make more money than both my parents together, okay? And I'm only 21 years old. I just finished the army a few months ago, you know? And if I compare what I learned from him, and I'm still in touch with him, by the way, until today, okay? Almost 30 years later. If I compare what I learned from him in 3 months compared to what I learned in the university for 3 years, studying communication and management, I still look for the return on investment from what I learned in university, you know?
and that's like you say, the key word there, I think, was investment. Because where people go, oh, it's going to cost me so much money. But you put, like you said, you put time, you put effort.
It's not about that, but think about it the other way.
Yeah,
think how much it will cost you not to do it.
Yes.
Exactly. 100%. How much it will cost you if you don't?
Yeah.
No, I don't need your money. You need the change. Whether with me or with someone else, it doesn't matter. You know, it doesn't matter. But you need to commit for a change. And you know what? I'll give you another example. I took a course on online marketing, you know, and so I will know more about that. And my son saw what I'm doing, and he told me, Dad, how much you paid for this class? I said, $4,000. He said, what? I can find you something like that for like $200-300 the most. I said, you know what? Maybe you can. And maybe it even will be at the same level, okay? Which I doubt, but maybe.
Yeah.
But let me tell you, Arel, my son, let me tell you, if I would have paid $200 for that in my busy schedule, I wouldn't find time to do it. I wouldn't find enough value that I would take time from other things in order to invest for that. But since I paid $4,000, there's nothing in the world that will prevent me from getting the most out of this journey. Yeah. You know?
Yeah, 1,000%.
That's just my state of mind, you know? It also has to do with how much value I put into whatever it is that I do.
Yeah. Well, like they say, you reap what you sow. So if you sow the seeds, you look after the soil, you put it in, you're going to get the plants that are the most nutritious food. Whereas if you just throw the seeds on the soil and walk off, you're going to get nothing. You're going to get weeds.
You know what? Maybe you're going to get a tree of fruit, but you cannot predict what you're going to get.
Yeah.
You live on luck, you know?
Yeah. Whereas we want to take luck out of the equation and rely on work, practice, and practice.
Absolutely. Luck is great, you know? And, you know, there is a great say, the harder I work, the more luck I seem to have.
Yeah.
And you know,
For sure. And Eran, as we wrap up, I like asking the guests, I always ask them the same question. What's 3 things you tell to a 15-year-old you? And I'd say that specifically because, you know, your sons, your daughters, they probably go, oh, that's just dad. What does he know? But what advice would you say to a 15-year-old you?
keep believing in yourself and keep following your dreams and keep dreaming. Don't listen to those who tell you you can't. Don't tell you to those that tell you you're a dreamer. Don't listen to those who tell you that the sky are gonna fall. Just keep believing in yourself and keep doing what you love and what you want, because in the end of the day, not just that it will pay off, okay, as a career, when you do something that you love, it will pay off as a way of living, you know, that you just enjoy every day above ground. You just enjoy every day, you know, you just feel lucky and thankful that you do what you do and you have what you have. And for sure, there are people that have more. For sure, there are people that have more. But you know what? I used to work for someone. He's so rich that he donates more than 50 million a year. Donates.
Yeah.
So that tells you how rich he is.
Yeah.
I never saw him with a smile. I never saw him happy. I never saw him happy. You know?
Yeah.
So
and
for me,
so where's success with that?
and that's exactly my question in one of my YouTube videos. What success means to you? What success means to you?
Yeah.
You know?
People
say, I want to be rich, I want to be a millionaire. You know, for some people to make, let's say, $20,000 a month, it's considered rich. For other people, $20,000 a month, you know, they don't even finish their month. Their bills are higher than that, you know. So what is it for you specifically? You know, that's how I talk to my client. Specifically, what is it for you that you want to get? Not I want more money. That's not a goal.
Yeah, because there's $5. There you go. You've got more money.
For sure. Yes.
And as we wrap up as well, Eran, who's your ideal client, and also where can they get in contact with you?
So you can get in contact with me at this www.stateofmindacademy.com. Very easy to remember. Stateofmindacademy.com. I also sent you the link, so if you can put it on the channel, you know, the link for book an appointment. Yeah, there is link to book an appointment, and there's also a link for sales training, and also a link for Smart Goal mini course, you know. So that's how
all of the listeners, they're going to all be in the show notes, as well as I'll post these up on LinkedIn, so it'll be all there for people as well. And
State of Mind Academy across the web, you know, on Facebook, on Instagram, on LinkedIn, on you know, on the website, everywhere. It's State of Mind Academy.
Lovely. And with it being online as well, it's accessible from everywhere in the world as well.
Absolutely. I work with people, you know, from Europe. I'm located in Los Angeles, in Hollywood. I work with people in San Francisco, in Dallas, in London, in Israel. I had a client even in India. So, and I was training also a call center in the Philippines. So today, thanks to technology, you know, everything is possible.
Yeah. So anyone, anywhere around the world, check out the link below and get in contact.
Thank you very much. And if you ask who's my ideal client,
yes,
my ideal client is everyone that wants to evolve and create better future for themselves and their family. Whether it's in relationship, whether it's something that they feel in their own, that they're stuck in their emotions, or whether it's business, whatever it is, that's my mission, to help people create a change in their life.
I love it. Just helping people elevate the world, because the more people you help elevate, the whole world will elevate as well.
Absolutely.
I love it. Great ambition. And I'm there on the ride with you as well. We're there to help each other out. And Eran, thank you very much. I've had a blast. Our conversation before I hit record, I was laughing through this as well. And yeah, just you speak so much sense. I love it. Thank you very much for being a sensational guest.
Thank you very much, David. And we'll be in touch.
Thank you so much for listening to the Dynamic Company Culture Spotlight podcast. If you're a successful Chief Operations Officer, Human Resource Manager, or someone that runs a successful business that also has a great company culture, and you believe that you have a story to share with the wider community and would like to be a guest on a future podcast, please visit the link below. Or if you can think of anyone who you know would be a brilliant guest on this podcast, tag them in. And as always, feel free to share this far and wide. The further we can get this podcast, the more impact we can have. So don't forget to share this on all social media platforms and help others along the way. Don't forget to tag the DCCS podcast, as I love seeing your posts and guest suggestions. As we post regularly, don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss episodes that will possibly help your business ramp up to a whole nother level. Your ratings and reviews go a long way to helping us get recognized and to promote the show, and they mean a lot to my team and I. If you want to know more, go to our website, phenomleap.com.au, or follow me on LinkedIn and feel free to message me there. Thank you very much for listening, and we look forward to giving you more tips on next week's episode.